I'm Caddy of Caddy's Customs. I work here with my wife, son, daughter, and son-in-law. After 25 years in business, one thing I learned is every day is a different project and every project has a story. Where one family turns automotive dreams into reality. This is Caddy's Customs.
So here at Caddy's Customs, we try to do everything we can, to make your car, leave looking good. At the end of the day, it is our name, so we want to put out some good work. We want to put out the heat to where they know, hey, that's Caddy's work. When it comes to complete restorations, where we do bodywork and paint, upholstery, the audio, wheels and tires, we try to do the whole complete package deal, the motor work. We try to do everything as far as a full complete restoration. So on this particular project, the black 57 Chevy pickup, we had informed the customer that he had bad tires. Now, he said he had bought the tires not too long ago, so he was pretty confident that they were good. Now, Jose had looked at them, checked them out, and from Jose's point of view, they weren't so great. And Jose had been in tire business for the past 10 years, so he's pretty good as far as knowing if it's bad or good or don't ride those. So we informed the customer, hey, we don't recommend you driving on these tires. We took it for the weekend. He was cruising, driving, and guess what happened? He had 2 blowouts. Monday morning, here comes the 57 Chevy. It destroyed all the wiring. So right now, Jose's investigating the wiring to see what has to get done. As soon as he figures out what needs to get done or has to get repaired or replaced, we'll put the truck back together and get it back to the customer as soon as possible.
All right, so we delivered the 57 pickup last week and ran into a big issue, and he actually had 2 blowouts while he was just driving it around and ripped out all the wiring for the front half of the vehicle. So now it's back here at our shop, and we're gonna have to go ahead and see what's all wrong with it now and go from there. So on the 57 pickup, on the engine bay, we try to keep it as clean as possible. All the wires are ran through the inside the fender where you couldn't see it. Well, when he had the blowout, he actually ripped it all out, which was none of the headlights work, the electric fan works, the blinkers, horn, and whatever else we're gonna find, we're gonna have to investigate. But you can see all the wiring is actually just hanging there. He actually duct taped it up, just get it home. And we're just gonna have to tear back into it and see how we're gonna fix the issue in a timely fashion and take care of the problem so we can get it back home. All right, so looking at the wiring, you can see it's all garbage, torn up, it's all bundled up. He duct taped it together. Everything got ripped out, all the headlight wiring, you don't know what goes to what. You have to pull it all out. Looks like the horn got ripped out as well, and the fan. So by looking at the actual truck, went back to the schematics on the actual harness we did on it. The easiest and most cost-efficient way is gonna be getting this actual part number here to just rewire the whole front half instead of looking at every single wire and cleaning up every single wire because we don't know if it's nicked here or broken there. That way we know all of it's new again and we won't have any more trouble with it, hopefully. The whole front half, this is it. Oh, you don't want it for the weekend? Man, there ain't no way. I mean, both the lights are, he needs to get the lights, he needs to order that piece for the steering. And then he has to get this. I mean, if he gets it in time, I'm sure I can probably knock it out. All up. I mean, I'm good. Because I thought it ripped from the headlight that way, but it ripped from in there this way.
That's probably why all that.
Some clip in there. So get the truck on the 57 pickup to get the wiring back up to specs. We had to pull all the old stuff out, lay it all out, kind of discard that, get the new one, lay it out, fish everything through, and then we had to shorten what needed to be shortened, splice what needed to splice, solder here, solder there. It's quite a bit of work. Basically, you had to do it twice. You had to run it to the other side of the headlights, and then you have to loom it, make it all presentable and nice. So it took a better part of a full day to redo the wiring on the front half. you know, I can probably vouch for any other mechanic / fabricator out there. I mean, you really don't want to do the same thing twice. You'd like to work on either a new vehicle or do something else to the vehicle you're working on. Started messing around with wheel ideas for it while it was here. We had to wait for some parts to come in to rewire it. And he actually decided to go with some Ford Giottos that we talked him into going with, you know, the real nice, sleek design, you know, real muscle look. So the customer made the decision while it was here, he wanted to upgrade the wheels. So we went with a 24 in the rear, 22 in the front, staggered fitment. And now I'm adjusting the suspension. The good thing about it, he has coilovers that we can freely adjust it how we like to compensate to get rid of rubbing issues and actually better ride quality for him. It's real important whenever you're adjusting the ride height on a truck that has coilovers or a car to measure how high you went on one side and the other so you can have them matched up. You want the rear to be the same, and you want the front to be the same. So you always want to take a good point, take a good measurement that's going to be the same on the other side so you can have the same ride height. If you don't do that, you know, with this particular truck being an independent suspension in the rear, which means, you know, one wheel can move and the other wheel can move in the rear, just like the front. Most vehicles have a straight axle on the back. So on this one, you want it to move the same amount of distance. You don't want one to move more than the other or not enough, because then you'll have rubbing issues or, you know, fitment issues, stuff like that. So you want to take your time, measure it right the first time, put the wheels on it. If you don't like the ride height, keep adjusting it so you're happy with it, so you can make your customer happy and give him the safest application for his vehicle. So another option the customer wanted to add to his truck while it was here was a neutral safety switch. So we went ahead and got that installed for him.
The truck it's in doesn't have provisions for neutral safety switch and things like that, so you could start the car in gear.
So I got with Colin this morning. We had a little bit of an issue with the 57 pickup. The customer wanted to run a neutral safety switch and a backup camera. Well, unfortunately, he can't run the same thing with the neutral safety switch he got. He has to be one or the other. And his radio is actually not automatic for it. Hey, Cato, here's Jose with Caddy's Custom. So we got with the customer, and the customer decided we're gonna run the neutral safety switch for the ignition, and actually we're gonna run the reverse camera manually off of the radio. What sucked is like, it was an afterthought to do the neutral safety switch because we had it already, all the gears were working perfect. And it's like, nope, neutral safety switch, which I mean, obviously it's safer, but now you have to adjust everything.
I was taking the wheel off the dually, and I was like, they need a socket. And I was like, where's it at? He's like, in my toolbox. And he looks at me, I look at him, and I was like, so who's gonna go get it? And he was like, I'll pay for Rock City you for it. And I was like, all right, that's the only way to settle it. I mean, that's common sense. We'll get the socket. It's 2 out of 3 or just 2 out of 3, bro.
That's one. That's one.
Go get it. So we paper, rock, scissors, and whoever loses got to go get the socket. And Jose took an L, as always. Yeah, everybody takes an L on paper, rock, scissors for me.
Rock, scissors, who's gonna go get the socket?
Let me see.
Let's just see what happens on the first one.
Nah, 2 out of 3, bro. Everybody knows.
2 out of 3, dog. It's the only fair way to do it.
All right, let's do it.
2 out of 3. All right, hold on. We got paper stuff, because I ain't just gonna paper, rock, scissors. You want
So
to
we'll get a socket. What do you want to do?
Who's gonna go buy energy drinks today?
We do that.
Bet.
2 out of 3.
Let's go.
You didn't go down.
How the
You
heck?
gotta go down, bro. You gotta touch the
Junior, if I'm faster than you, don't try to say that.
You stop mid-air.
Nah, I went.
No, you're mid-air.
Once I look, I did 1, 2, 3, and I went whack. Now, if you didn't catch that, that's your problem.
No, I heard boom, boom. That was it.
right, let's
Hey,
do
we'll
it.
give
Let's
one
do
to
it.
your dad. We'll give one to your dad.
That's bullshit.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
When he busted out that, he's cheating. Like, you cheater? But I mean, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Because my mind is telling me that just automatically You know, when I pap pap, and I went like, it's just automatic. And then when I look back at it, I'm like, damn, I did do that.
No, you know, two. One, one, two, and then
The last one, you gotta slap the hand with whatever you have.
Paper, you gotta touch it. If you gonna rock, you gotta rock the hand.
So you're gonna tell me how to play this game? I was born before you. What is that?
You didn't play paper, rock, scissors. I used to play you weren't old enough to make it high school.
Come on, let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
One, all right, you got one.
Do it again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1 and 1. What tiebreakers? Tiebreakers.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3.
Go, my God. Woo!
Watching me.
Woo! Undefeated still. Champ. Champ is here. Champ is here.
Double or nothing.
Champ is here.
Double or nothing.
No, I already got my title. I don't need to lose.
So I'll play you real quick.
Another one. We got another one. 2 out of 3. You know. Wait, yeah.
Look.
If I lose.
Hey, put me on your team real quick. If she loses, she gotta go get monsters.
All right.
Instead of me.
What?
No, I want something different from her. Why am I gonna lose? Why am I gonna use my talents and not get somebody else?
Can't do it like I used to, man. You little. You know, it's when you realize that your kids have grown up and you can't get over on them, man. That's hilarious. You know, before I could tell Junior, hey, go get me that wrench. I don't want to go get it. Show me how fast you can go get it. Come on, Matani. You know them things, man.
Like, I'm not playing for nothing. If y'all want me to play, it's gotta be for a reason. So me and her better lunch.
Come on, we gotta get back to
I'll
work.
buy you lunch. You buy me lunch.
All right. 2 out of 3.
If we Bianca come as a pair.
Come on, here we go.
Come on. Get out of here. I got lunch. I got energy drink. What else do I want? What else do I want? Who wants some? Man, anybody else out there that wants to take an L and rock, paper, scissors, you're more than welcome. You can come after 6. I give out L's all day. All day. So if you feel like you're up to the challenge, okay, hey, number, space, and opportunity. Hey, you can take an L too. Whoever is out there can take an L.
I wasn't there when it started, but I guess he had been playing with everybody else outside. But so they come in and they're like, try to beat mom. I bet you can't beat mom. Real quick, go mom, beat him.
I'm playing for something. I ain't playing for nothing.
Just do it, mom.
No.
You ready to owes me a
I pay your haircut.
But if not, what?
I give her $20.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna play.
Nah, you pay for her haircut.
You ready?
Her haircut like
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Okay.
What? Y'all did that? Hell no!
I already got one.
She tried to cheat like my dad. You know what they say, birds of a feather flock together. 2 out of 3, I don't know.
All right, that was
don't count, baby.
Okay. Now let's practice.
Alright. Damn! She tried to cheat too, but I let her redeem herself and she beat me.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that it's always me and Caddy on one side, and we're against all of them all the time. So, I tell him, if your dad don't win, I'll win, and it's still the same. We still win, because we're a team, me and Caddy.
Get his ass. Thank you, baby.
Oh,
That's $22.
Hey.
Mark's gonna charge you.
Yep, $22.
Oh, $22. I'm leaving. I don't want to see it. If I lost, I give her $20. If I won, she was gonna give me $20 for my haircut. So I took an L. I haven't given her $20, but I'm going to. But I haven't. But I'm going to.
'57 Chevy is ready for a test drive. Got new wheels on there. She's ready to roll. So we're gonna take it for a spin, check it out. We drove it, and it seems everything's good, man. turn down the radio a little bit so we can hear this thing. AC's loud, ain't it? Let me see. Let's put it on. I'm test driving it, so when my customer comes and picks it up, I can feel a little safe. You know, it's a whole build. It's got a lot of new stuff. So we won't know until we actually drive it. What I'm looking for when I'm driving is the brakes to work good. You know, get on the freeway, do a little 80 on it. You don't want to do 100 miles an hour on a truck you just built right there and then. So I drive it, check the brakes, check the steering, let go of the steering wheel, make sure it's not yanking to one side or that way. Listen to the radio, door, air, you know, the air. We did a single window there. So you want to make sure it's not blowing like you're in a convertible, man. Feels good. Oh, third gear. Fourth gear. I got thumbs up on the freeway when I was driving it. I love that. And that's always a plus when you stop at the light and everybody's looking. Everybody's like, man, what? And right there, you just start. Let me tell you something about Fords. Even the older people like the rims, how they look on the trucks. So you can't, you know what I mean? They know they're looking at something cool looking. It's just the way it looks. So you win all the way around. You can pull up to a hot rod car show and look good. You can pull up to a youngster, you know, scene, pull up, and they're gonna like your truck. You did your job, man. That means that truck's gonna be hot.
All right, so we got the 57 pickup just about wrapped up. Let's go do a quick tour about it, see what we did to it. We did a bunch of things to this truck. Let's check it out. All right, so we're gonna start off with the truck itself. It's a nice 1957 pickup, short bed step side. This truck looked nothing the way it is right now. This truck came in, it was a rust bucket, had a different chassis. We upgraded the chassis. It's all Corvette suspension. We got hints of Corvette inside the truck. You know, the truck is just, we went with a real classy look for it. The customer wanted a real nice black paint job. We went with the brushed and chrome Forgiatos on it. As you can see, we were in 22s in the front, 24s in the rear. So as you can see, on this truck, we went with a nice 22-24 combo Forgiato. It's actually a smoke brushed wheel on it. You know, you can see the depth on it if you get up close on it. It's just an extra little detail we went on the truck. I like the nice open look on it, so you can see the upgraded brakes. It has a Corvette suspension all the way around on it. You can see the painted chassis, all the painted suspension, and the coilovers, and you can see a little bit of the motor through the actual wheel well. So it's just a real nice looking wheel, helps the truck out a lot, keeps it with the theme. You know, it's a real muscle look. It's a real powerful truck, straight to the point, real nice and classy. All right, so following up on the bed, he still wanted the original look back here, just with a little modern twist. We went with a dark stain on the wood, nice chrome strips. You can see we did the upgraded gas cap on there so you can do his fuel. Still real nice and clean. Everything works with each other. It just fits the same era that the truck came out of. As you can see on the truck, he tried to keep it as factory as possible. You know, we went all with the factory trim back on it. Other than the wheels, you know, did go a little bit aftermarket on the wheels. You walk up on this truck, you think it's a real nice, you know, classic truck. All the original grille, original bumpers, original emblems on it. So you open the hood, you know, we changed it up a little bit, get a little bit more power out of it. Check out what he got underneath the hood. You open up the hood, got a real nice 6.0 LS2 out of a Cadillac Escalade. We actually call this truck the Mutt. Me and the customer kind of came up with it as we were building it. You know, it got the Cadillac motor, Corvette suspension, and it's a Chevy truck. It's all GM, but he calls it the Muck. It's a little bit of everything in it, but everything works together. So you can see he upgraded the power plant, but we also did AC on it, so he can ride with the windows up or the windows down. We went power windows. When we go back into the interior, you're gonna see we went power windows, sleek and clean, but you know, you gotta have AC in Texas. Take a look at the inside of the 57 pickup. You can see we did a lot of custom work. Even though we just try to keep it original in here, we did do a little bit of custom work. We put the nice custom console, you know, put the double din radio in there, put the AC vents, made custom kick panels for it with the matching AC vents that's in the center. All the knobs flow, you know, we did the original style knobs on it. They do work everything. They work the headlight, cigarette lighter, dimmer switch. You know, it's just a great look in here. We try to keep it classy. 57, they had a real nice designs, but you know, we just try to keep it real nice in the truck. Add a little blue accent light that the customer liked and wanted. So you can highlight some of the audio behind the seats and the cup holders as well in the center console. So you see the seats, we did a custom seat. These seats are actually out of a 90 model truck. We reupholstered them. We matched the Corvette emblems because he does have the Corvette suspension. He wanted little accents on that. But we just went real simple and clean, Corvette style seat. But it's actually out of a 90 model truck, but we kept everything GM in this vehicle. We went a real nice trim on the column, nice billet column on there, matched the billet pedals on it. Just kept it real nice and clean, you know, accented everything. These are real nice Dakota digital gauges. He went with a Corvette style setup inside of it. You know, got some blue light up to match all the blue accents he has inside of it. You know, but he got everything you need. You got the fuel, you got the temp, tack, speedometer, oil, and volts. I mean, it's all real sleek and clean. Performs great with the LS swap that's in this vehicle. And you know, he can get down the road, got the blinkers and everything in it. Moving on to the dash as well, you can see we got the vintage air knob on it as well. You know, you can control all his AC levels. We can go from heat, top to bottom, and the fan speed right here. Matches, you know, goes in the factory spot of the location where the original vents were at, but you see it fits the same spot where that was at. All right, so moving on to the door panels. Still try to not keep it too busy in here. Straight to the point. Went with the nice billet door handles to match all the other billet accessories inside the truck. What's real cool about this, Colin built some nice door pulls to match the center console, but the power windows we installed in here with a single window instead of the two-piece window. Everything's power. So it still looks old, but it works just like new. So you can see behind the cab, we just did a real simple box behind it. It's actually a full functional box. Colin built a nice JL sub right in the middle. It's actually an 8. And we have the highs and the tweeters right on the side of the box toward the side of the cab. So as you can see on the interior, we wanted the inside to look just as good as the outside. We were real nice and clean to match the outside. This is a perfect example for the customer letting us do our own little ideas on it, still keeping it real classy and clean, just letting us do a hint of custom. We kept it real nice and tight in the truck.
Man, let me tell you, night and day, literally. Like, if you walk in a room and it's pitch black and you turn the lights on, that's different. I got 2 trucks when we got them, and they both look like they got pulled out of a barn, both of them. And he says, Caddy, these doors are better, this fender's better, this hood, whatever you need. Both beds were horrible. At the end of the day, we sandblasted everything that we wanted to use. When you build these cars, not everybody throws money at them. Like, not everybody has that thing in his mind, this is my dream car, I'm gonna put in what it needs. No, so this is where the problems come. Because it's an old car. It's not a car that they use every day. They're building it. And you start getting into them kind of problems. You know, you got to flip around the money a little bit. Wait a minute. Because your ticket will go from 15 grand to 30 grand to 50 grand to 60 grand like that. And whoever hasn't built a car is not going to understand that until they build a car. And the customer helped a little bit. Most of my customers that are involved in building a car, they'll come in and you have to get that car that you want. Most of mine have a little bit of skill that I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Like my customer did the wood inside. We installed it, but he took the wood and got it and he varnished it himself. I mean, he did a great job. But let me tell you, man, the finish of that truck from when we started to now, I mean, I'm proud of it. I mean, I can't say nothing but proud.
I haven't given her $20, but I'm going to. But I haven't, but I'm going to.